Hi everybody, this is Methyl Kaiju here, and today I'm going to talk about the new leaked Godzilla 2014 script. Now this is massive, ginormous, humongous spoilers. Giant spoilers. I repeat, ginormous spoilers. It is quite big spoilers. So, anyways, now let's get into topic. So, I know there has been about, how many of them? Maybe about 2 leaked call sheets, I guess. But this is a script. So, very, very interesting. Okay, so, right here, I'll put this in the description below. I'll put this link in the description below, if I can check it out. It's called Superhero Movie News. But I'll put the link in the description below so you can check it out. It's called Rumor, Leaked Massive Plot Points from Godzilla Reboot. And then it says, for a while, I've known that the draft for the upcoming Godzilla movie was indeed online somewhere. What I could deduce from forums is that it is a 2012 draft. So these supposed plot points could most certainly have changed since then. According to the anonymous user on the Fools Us forum, here's some massive spoilers to the upcoming Godzilla remake. So, could this be from 2012? I'm not sure exactly. But here we go. It says this is supposed to be, I guess, official, I guess. But, you know, we're not exactly sure because it's an anonymous person. And also the website called fools.us forum. Fools. It says fools in there. But, you know. Anyways, so yeah, this is ginormous spoilers. We're not sure if this is actually official, but still, if it's not official, it's still big spoilers. Because this could actually be the real deal. It could be the big deal. It could be. So now let's read. The film, okay, this is what it says. So I just said, gigantic spoilers said. Anyways, now let's read. The film opens in 1954. A nuke is being prepared. The missile is loaded up. The countdown begins, and Godzilla rises from beneath an island unexpectedly. The bomb comes down and hits him head on in a massive nuclear explosion. So here it is. Godzilla has existed since the 1950s. However, as we learn later in the script, his famous rampage never happens. We learn verbally that he basically appeared and started nosing around sometime after the bombing of Nagasaki. And that is believed the radiation changed him somehow. Russia and the United States jointly dropped a nuke on him after he apparently took out a few ships in their nuclear fleet. After that, he was never heard from again, aside from the odd bloop. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Years later, the corpse of another Godzilla is discovered, frozen in the Antarctic ice. The fossil is locked up in battle with 2 creatures dubbed MUTOs. Now, are the MUTO creatures really prehistoric? Are they prehistoric creatures? Or were they kind of small animals, but they got mutated? Or I'm not exactly sure. Okay, but anyways, from this, it is deducted that the MUTOs and this giant creature dubbed Jira, after Japanese for a whale due to its immense size, are natural enemies, and that a loose MUTO, like the one that escaped from a lab in the film, would surely seek out one of these Jira creatures. There's actually a legit sounding reason for this, but I'm not sure how it makes sense given that the radiation from Nagasaki changed Godzilla. But we're getting to that. Also about the name, an ignorant U.S. military type bungles it. It is mentioned that the corpse in the ice is referred to as Jira after Japanese for whale. Someone else makes an observation that a similar creature appeared in the 50s shortly after Nagasaki, and that islander mistook it for their god, Gojira. Cue a ham-fisted line from the U.S. military guy botching the name, however you pronounce it. Hopefully, they updated that part. This is being pre-Max Bornstein script. Ooh, this is pre-Max Borenstein script. That means this is kind of like the rough draft, technically. So anyways, there are 2 MUTOs, one male, one female. They're supposed to hunt as a pair, and their prey is Godzilla's species. So that means they're kind of doing like Godzilla raids again. Like, kind of like the Gigantus of Fire Monster thing, where, supposedly Anguirus was part of the Godzilla family and all that stuff. Actually, not that. I mean, whenever they, on Godzilla raids again, whenever they said that, that Anguirus and Godzilla were prehistoric creatures and they were big rivals. I guess they're kind of going like that from what we read right here. The MUTOs need to lay eggs inside Godzilla's body so they can gestate. I'm not sure what gestate means exactly, so just tell me in the comments below. Because their eggs need to feed off of a nuclear power source they call to Godzilla and intentionally lure him so that they can tag team him and sick him with a chrysalis. Oh, chrysalis! Okay. And that means they're trying to make him, kind of like what Mothra does, when, she goes in this, cocoon. Kind of like that. The male is the first one he encounters at the airport. He absolutely thrashes the poor thing, but doesn't actually manage to take it out. The female is a far more intimidating opponent. That means maybe the male MUTO is the little crawling MUTO, maybe, from the airport, which it does say right here. And maybe the female is a wing MUTO, maybe. I'm not exactly sure, but, it's a possibility. He uses an atomic breath, but only about 3 times. All I know is it's blue fire that is described as being like napalm. Not sure what that's supposed to be. No flashing spines mentioned. Now, that could be a bad thing. Yeah, that's kind of a bad thing that his spines don't flash. First of all, we don't expect when he's gonna shoot his atomic breath. No, even the people, so that's more dangerous for the people in the film, if this was even real. And also, it's kind of, well, I guess he wanted to make it realistic, so it's fine. Anyways, there isn't an army of little crabs or anything. It's not like Legion, who are probably, oh Godzilla, what terrible language these things up. Descriptively, they bring about mental images of bioluminescent assassin bugs. So it looks like these MUTO creatures are assassin bugs, and they're luminescent. Yeah. Long, spindly legs and 2 bigger arms that sort of recall the Aggregate Destroyer that Junior fights in the 95 film. There are 2 creatures mentioned, and I know that there's something of an evolutionary process as well. That's all I'll say on that topic. One of them is described as being substantially larger than the other, and seems to battle Godzilla pretty well. The script makes it clear that the battle is somewhat one-sided in Godzilla's favor until the tables the tables turn later in the fight. Functionally, they remind me of a lot of Megagears. There's even a specific moment lifted from that movie that should be pretty neat to see. Godzilla has an epic battle with the military, in which he emerges smoking and riddled with surface damage, but totally unharmed in the general sense. They can't hope to stop him. There's a very deep feeling of dread, knowing how unstoppable he is. Godzilla is described as thrashing the MUTO in the airport. It seems very reminiscent of Gamera vs. Giles in Shibuya from Gamera 3, but bigger and more brutal. Another one-on-one battle taking place in the film reads a bit like Godzilla vs. Anguirus. Right here it says Anguirus, but I'm just going to say Anguirus. From the second Toho film, in that the smaller monster doesn't really measure up to Godzilla, but is certainly a vicious opponent. Yes, they're both bug monsters. I'm just using Anguirus as a comparison. Yeah. The fight itself contains elements straight from Godzilla X Megagears. By the end of the fight, Godzilla has taken a good beating and is even missing a couple spines. Whoa! Whoa, that means these MUTO creatures are really ferocious. He's missing some spines. He's missing one of his back plates or whatever. That is pretty amazing. Also, MUTO stands for Massive Unidentified Target Organism. And MUTO, oh, cool. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty good stand for it. Godzilla has 3 fights with them. That means maybe the MUTO gets killed, the male MUTO gets killed, and then the female 2 times maybe? Not sure. The first is the one in the airport, and a final fight that has 2 distinct chapters. Not sure what that's supposed to be. Godzilla kills the MUTOs by brute strength. As written, this Godzilla is a brutal physical opponent who thrashes, slashes, and whips it with his tail. As far as the ending, Godzilla has a rough time against the MUTOs. Rough in this draft, he survives in a way that is very fondly nostalgic for me, as well as being somewhat ironic, in a really good way. I really like Godzilla as this monster created from our meddling. Ultimately, saving us from our meddling, he walks out a cuss word, legend. It's cool. Also, Bryan Cranston's character works at a nuclear facility in Hokkaido that melts down. Maybe this is the Denjira, maybe? Maybe it could be. The meltdown is blamed on a flaw from his design, and the disaster kills his wife. The scene everyone is talking about between the 2 of them is absent from my draft, by the way, causing his stepkids in this version, Ford and Ellie, are siblings, to resent him. Now, I'm not sure. I didn't know Ford and Ellie or Ellie, or I don't know how you pronounce it. I didn't know they were siblings. I thought they were like wives or something. I did not know that. This could be a possibility that it might be fake, but anyways, to resent him. The plot picks up when he reemerges convinced that something else was the cause of the disaster. So yeah, this is pretty interesting. Very. Okay, I think there's a little bit more. It says right here, earlier today on another forum that shall not be mentioned, someone in the unknown had taken it upon themselves to start disseminating information from a leaked script from the new Godzilla film. The result was a mass chaos and a flurry of accusation that the OP was a troll and should be banned. She was ordered to provide proof and credibility. She complied and started posted images from the actual script, which appeared to be the Max Bornstein revision from June 2012. A separate poster validated that this was the same leaked copy they processed, and that was the OP was saying was true. After this, the OP was suddenly banned. All material removed, and a notice was posted that sharing leaked scripts is illegal and will not be tolerated on that forum. Okay, it says right here, mini update. Warner Brothers seems to be going around asking websites to take down these plot points under a cease and desist letter. So that practically means that there are legitimate threats to Warner Brothers and company. That means Max Bornstein revision of the script must have been minimal. And if they can't, most of the previous drafts still on the final draft. Godzilla smashed it into theaters. Okay. That is very interesting. There is many. So anyways, that's all for this spoilers. Now, that was pretty interesting. Very interesting. From the script, it really does sound very, very interesting. Very interesting. I do actually like it. You know, the whole thing about, those are my thoughts about it. They're, it kind of reminds you, as he said, it kind of reminds you as other films that were in Toho. Like, as he said, Godzilla vs. Anguirus. The Godzilla Raids Again. Also, Godzilla X Megaguirus. And what else? And the 1954 Godzilla. So, yeah, it's very interesting. It looks like this can be a very serious tone film. I did not know that the MUTOs actually stand for that. That's actually pretty interesting. I thought the last one was organism or something. What did it stand for again? It wasn't organism, right? I don't think it was organism. Yeah, I don't think it was an organ. It was something else, I think. Right? Oh yeah, it is organism. Oh, okay. I also thought it might be organization, but it looks like maybe this script doesn't talk about the MUTO organization, the secret government. It doesn't talk anything about that. So yeah, I'm not sure. Supposedly this was a leaked one from 2012. I mean, this is not from 2012. I'm saying that this was made in 2012 and got leaked like today or yesterday or around there. So that's a big bunch of spoilers. What do you think about this script? Do you think it's fake? Do you think it's real? In my opinion, I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure about it yet. Time will tell. Time will tell. So anyways, this is the end for this video. I'm gonna subscribe, like, and comments. What do you think about this? As I said, do you doubt this? Do you think it could be true? So yeah, if this was true, Is this pretty cool? Is it not that interesting? What do you think about it? So anyway, this is Mental Kaiju, signing out.